Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com. I love to do these name these 4 mistakes, name these 3 mistakes things where I just show you an image and I just let you guys go. So I strongly suggest that you hit pause on this and don't listen for my answers. You write down 4 answers. There might be more than 4. I just was literally like, I just picked my top 4, but I would love to know what they are. Put them in the comments section before you listen to the rest of this. Put the 4 things you see. And then you can hit play and listen to what I have to say and see if they light up. Okay, so first big thing I see here. Well, let's just give you an overarching high-level answer. First of all, I'm not going to go into super details here because all this information on how to do phase 1 treatment, on how to do cinched wires, on how to do 2x4s, is all in not only our phase 1 playlist, our phase 1 course, but also our Straightwire playlist and our Straightwire course. We have courses, take the most important information, put them in a reasonable logical order that makes sense to your brain. Just the highlights and the most important stuff. I mean, y'all know I have 400, 500, 600, 700 videos for braces and phase 1. You can just totally go through those too. They're just, the way YouTube presents it is probably not going to be in a logical order, and there's going to be a lot of repeat information. But yeah, if you don't have money to take a course at, $20-something per seat unit, or you don't need the CEs, by all means, just watch the playlist. I don't care. But get the information, because this is going to be a more advanced video. You're going to need to have the basic info first. Okay, so obviously, I'm assuming if you're listening to the rest of this video, you've taken a phase 1 course and you've taken a Straightwire course, and or you've listened to every video in my playlist before you listen to this. Otherwise, it's not going to make sense. Clearly, the upper wire is broken. Now, for those of you who know a little bit about 2x4s, you know that we're going to start off in a sectional wire that is cinched. Nothing wrong with that. You can have a 2x2 with a sectional wire that is cinched, but you can't have this going on here. Whatever's going on here is very, very, very bad. Now, I appreciate that they tried to throw some wax on this, but that's not going to do anything. No wax is going to help you here. So let's think about what is the long-term effects of whatever's going on here. If you left this like this till the next appointment, what would happen? This is what I want your brain to do. This is what your brain needs to do. Okay? So first of all, if you left this sharp, I mean, it would be annoying, right? But what would happen biomechanically to this tooth here? Well, what would happen is that this is going to go mesial out, and it's already starting to happen, right? This is going to go distal in. This is going to become more rotated. It's possible if you let this go for 4 to 6 to 8 weeks, it might push it out of the bone. This is very, very, very bad what's happening here. You cannot leave it like this. You will be liable if something happens, which is why anytime you have braces on your patient, you need to have some type of virtual monitoring, emergency stuff. I mean, my concern is that you guys are pushing out your appointments so far, which is great. There's no reason you need to be seeing your braces patients every 4 weeks. That's insane. That's a complete waste of everyone's time. You should be seeing them every, at least initially in the level and line phase, every 8 to 12 weeks. But you need to have a virtual monitoring system in place. So that way, if you could catch this. I would personally prefer there be no wire up there than to be this. Okay, I don't care if they all relapse. This is dangerous, what's going on here. Okay, you guys get the idea. Okay, so that's the main issue here. I would say the top, besides that, looks great. I'm kind of wondering why we're even in 2x4s, given that we have, the first premolars in. Whether you call this tooth number 5 or upper left 4, whatever you want to call this, it's in and it's buccal. So it makes sense to have a bracket on this. Now, this is phase 1. Keep in mind, look, I mean, they bracketed, what the heck is this? Oh, okay, so that's the baby tooth, right? Baby tooth, permanent tooth up there. They bracketed on this side, so I don't know why they didn't bracket on this side, because it's going to fix everything. Sometimes people, when they're in phase 1, they don't want to be putting brackets on premolars, and well, then you should have done a long comprehensive treatment and not a phase 1 treatment. That was just bad timing on your part. Okay, so that's what's going on up top. Let's talk about the bottom. Bottom's a mess. Obviously, you'd need a progress pano to know which brackets are off, but your teeth should be all vertical in the pano. Your roots should be all vertical. I'm quite sure this root is not vertical. I'm pretty sure this root is not vertical. I'm pretty sure this root is not vertical. This one might be okay. So if this is the only okay one, then I want all these incisal edges to mirror this. This might be the only okay tooth. So then you know, you have to look at the tooth. I mean, obviously, if there's wear, that's one thing. Sometimes the distals are rounded. This might be okay. This might be just perfect. You might just be able to smooth down that mamelon later. So this might be okay. I think this is fine. This is tipped. This is definitely tipped. And this is definitely too low. So, I mean, if we were to draw like a line on how I want the incisal edges to go, it should kind of go like this. Okay. So I'm pretty sure these need repos. This may or may not need a repo. I think this is okay. Also, whenever you're doing phase 1 treatment, you have to have space. Like if you haven't looked at an Invisalign first setup, the way that they program it usually is smart. They will create space around the C's if the 3s haven't come in yet. But there needs to be space because the permanent teeth are way bigger than the baby teeth here. Okay, so you got to have space around these teeth. So I usually like to put some open coil springs in to make a little extra space and flare it, but you have to see if you can do that. If you can't flare it that way, then you might have to go wider with your wires. But that, if you're in phase 1, you usually have to go wider with expanders first. You can't often go wider with wires. Sometimes you can if you have the brackets on the 4s. But if it was a true 2x4, no, you probably could not. So these are the 4 mistakes I see here on this 2x4, but I mean, it's not critical. They actually did a pretty good job. I mean, I think this yellow tubing is awful. I would use gray. But anyways, or I'd use closed coil spring. But all right, thanks so much.